record. Alright, I see a night vision on. So.
Alright guys, so this week in New England, we're starting out on the run. Had some issues here with this new microphone. Hopefully you guys are hearing me fucking loud and strong. I really hope you are, otherwise this has been for nothing. So we're over here in Oak Grove Cemetery. Let me just take a quick look around. You can see gravestones, right? Just like the thing you'd expect to see in a graveyard. Okay, we're over here in Fall River, Massachusetts. This graveyard is famous because Lizzie Borden is buried here, among some other notable people. We're going to try doing multiple experiments tonight. We'll also we have a new piece of equipment. We have bought us an actual SP7 Spirit box, so we're going to be using that. We're going to be doing an EVP and cat ball session. We're also going to be doing EMF while we have basically like a conversation around the random tombstone that we pick out, basically. We'll see if we can pick up some spirit activity there. And then also over here, this archway coming up, which you'll see in a second when I start walking, we're going to do a old school spirit talker session with our spirit talker app. So a couple of different ways we're going to be trying to communicate with spirits, and we'll see what we get. So I'm here with John. Hi. There he is in the dark, right? Anthony.
How you doing?
And hope you guys can see me. It's me, Andrew. Hey. All right, so we're going to start walking, and we'll get over there and get this experiment started. So hope you guys have been liking the content so far. We've definitely heard the complaints about not being able to hear us. So we definitely have hopefully elevated that with our new microphones. So that's really the goal for me, is I want you guys to be able to hear us. It's all right, guys. I got the night vision on, so I can see in the camcorder, no problem. All right.
Yeah, please.
I got it. No, I'm good. I got you. It's a small screen, but I can watch where I'm going. Eyes like a cat. There's the arch. Okay, guys. Walking over here. So, fun fact, when I was a small boy, I actually grew up in this neighborhood. And I used to play freeze tag in here and hide and go seek. We used to ride our bikes in here. Everything you could think of. This might as well have been as good as a city park. We didn't have big yards or anything like that to play in, but we did have the cemetery nearby, so it's kind of a peaceful place, you know. Good place to play. A little weird, I guess, but maybe not. All right, so here we are. Name on the archway.
Annie Malcolm
Please.
Slade.
Is C.M. Slade there at the top. And you see here in the bottom, inscriptions Annie Malcolm Slade. Okay. This has definitely been here longer than I've been alive. So, yeah.
Charles Malcolm Slade.
Used to, like I said, play around here when I was a kid. Used to love this archway. So, Anthony, why don't you kick us off? So we're going to be using the Spirit Talker app for this one here, and we'll just see what kind of hits we get. If you want to maybe set it on the ground here with the volume on high, that way the folks at home can actually see on the camera what we're seeing on the screen.
Well, tapping just popped up. The volume's up now.
Okay. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare. The IR light is kind of... Is your volume up or is it muted?
My volume's up.
Okay.
Nothing's popping up yet. We'll hear it when it goes off.
Is there anybody here that would like to communicate with us tonight? We're here because we'd like to learn from you, to hear your stories. We mean you no disrespect and no harm. My name is Andrew. I grew up in this area. I used to play here in this park, this cemetery. Maybe it's possible if you're here, you might have seen me back then. You might still remember me. Spent a lot of time in here. I'm here with Anthony. Anthony, if you want to say something.
I'm not really a local resident, but I love history. Kind of curious to know if anybody's here. We're just here to talk. We don't mean any harm.
Yeah.
John?
Hi, I'm John. Really love to have a little conversation over here. Or anywhere.
Okay. So, Dexter.
Who's Dexter?
Are you Dexter, or are you confusing one of us with somebody named Dexter? If you'd like to communicate with us, you can talk through that device right there on the stone.
We would really appreciate it.
We'd love to hear what you have to say. If anybody is here.
We mean no disrespect.
Are you shy or scared? You don't have to be. We're not here to harm you.
We only have good intentions.
We're here with all respect.
I think this is the first time we've not had
I know.
much pop up on this.
Makes me wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah? What,
that right?
what do you mean by yeah?
Are we right to question this device?
Disgust.
Disgust.
What are you disgusted about?
Are you disgusted at the heat? Or the bugs? Perhaps?
Are you mad we're filming a video?
Or upset that we're here?
Do you think we shouldn't be here after dark? If you'd like us to go away, please use this device over here on the ground and tell us to leave. Or if you'd like us to move away from your gravestone to a different area.
We like your equipment.
If you like our equipment, you can play with it. You can use that to tell us words.
Do you want me to put down EMF? Maybe they'd want to play with that? No?
Not yet. Would you like to play with something that can light up? Was that the K2?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was something else. I thought that was the...
I'm going to put it on
Sure.
a different headstone.
We're going to put on a different toy now. We're just going to set it over here on the ground. If you'd like to play with this one, please just manipulate it. You can touch it, touch the light, make it go off.
It'll change color if you get near it or touch it.
So we have the Spirit Talker and the K2 meter here. The light you see on there is on the far left. If it were to start to spike, it would start to light up in increments moving to the right. For those of you watching at home, it measures the...
The children sing.
That's interesting. Have we gotten that one before?
I don't think so.
That one sounds different, yeah.
Yeah, I've
That one sounds real different.
never heard that before.
We had different aspects with children before.
What was the age on the marker? Did it move?
1878. It did kind of move a little bit. I didn't-
One light, two lights,
It went up 3 lights.
3 lights. Okay, all right. Sing with the children. What did you mean by that? Could you give us perhaps a little bit more detail?
1878 was the stone.
Was that you who moved the light?
If you touch
On the right?
light, can you touch it again for us?
Are you referring to any children buried here in the cemetery?
Cocaine.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not sure what to say about that one.
the ghosts clearly like to have a good time. We do not condone drug use at Wicked New England.
Okay, let me see if I get this straight perhaps. Did somebody die of an overdose from cocaine? Could that be how you died?
That's kind of what I was about to
Or
say.
could somebody have died of an overdose in the cemetery near your grave after you'd been buried?
Does it say 1800s?
Yeah.
Didn't they put cocaine in medicine during the 1800s?
Put cocaine in everything.
So potentially.
Put cocaine in toothpaste, cocaine in like
soda?
breakfast coffee in your soda. I mean, like, it, you know, it was a cure-all.
We didn't bring any.
Cocaine was used right up even during World War II.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody that didn't know,
when you
he
mean,
was kind of high on cocaine. He was suffering from sinus infection at the time, and when he gave the speech for December 7th, he pretty much had cocaine to clear his sinuses, so he could go out there and make that speech.
when you say cocaine, are you referring to yourself, or is that a word that describes an event that happened here? Maybe a drug deal gone bad? Maybe somebody was murdered here? Maybe an overdose?
Maybe a pickup.
Hey, if you keep making the light flash just a little bit, stand a little closer. Maybe
Peril.
Peril.
Are we in peril? Or was there a moment of peril? Could you make this light move again? This light on this device, could you touch it? If you touch it, we can see it move.
we just want to be able to know who or if there's anyone around here.
Yeah, folks, and just to kind of give you some idea of just how dark it is, I'm going to shut the night vision off real quick so you can see what we're dealing with in these conditions. Yep, and that's us right now, pitch black. I think you see some light in the horizon there, but there's not much of a moonlight. So, big difference.
Reminding me of someone.
Do we remind you of a friend?
I hope,
One of us reminds you of someone.
I hope I remind you of somebody good and not somebody you disliked. Could you tell me more about this person I remind you of, or we remind you of?
Imagine it just says beard.
Eliza.
Eliza. You must be talking about John. He's the closest to the female form.
Alright, partner.
Sorry, guys. You got to have a little bit of humor along with this to keep your wits about you. So, you know, that's just me. I rag on everybody at work, and I'm not going to stop just because I'm shooting a video.
Yeah, I can tell.
So,
Please touch the light. Specifically the one that's glowing all on its own.
please touch this light that I'm pointing to. If you touch it, that glowing green light on there can brighten and move.
1960s.
1960s.
Alright, that feels like kind of a random hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think. All right. We're going to talk to you later. We're actually going to come back. We're going to move on to a different location for a little while.
Out of curiosity.
But I'd like to come back and talk to you later. Would you like to talk to us again?
I want to leave that alone while we walk around.
You going to trust your phone and fall river on a headstone?
Walking around with it. We're not.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant leave it there, walk around the cemetery. I was like, that's bold. Okay.
Nice. Eyes. Whose eyes?
Okay, folks, so we're actually I'm gonna hit pause on the record right here so I
I'm
can
gonna pause this.
stumble down the hill. We're gonna move to our next spot where we'll do a different experiment. So we're going to basically, actually I'm going to keep you on. We're going to choose a headstone at random. But I want to take a decent little walk over here to the right. Thank you guys for putting on the light. Actually, what did that say, Anthony?
Children's spirits.
Children's spirits, okay. Well, we are in a cemetery, so just watch out. These aren't exactly level.
Steps are not quite even.
Okay. Can't always go completely lights out, but when you hit the when you hit the street, kill the flashlights. Don't forget, we are still technically trespassing.
Maybe don't use the trespassing video.
I don't care. This is what we do for you, folks. Sacrifice for our art. Remember that. So actually, this is another cool stop. So me and my friends actually used to pretend this was a castle when we were young. So you can see this mausoleum here. Actually,
Wide open.
yeah. When you guys hit that with the flashlight?
I have never seen that wide open. Oh, no. It's
All
not.
right.
Okay.
It doesn't. There's
So you can
doors.
see, folks, it's basically a tri-point mausoleum here. Very cool. We're going to move along this way, though. Let's take this path. We're going to go down to the back right a little bit.
Who's them?
So one of the headstones we'll actually be visiting later tonight belonged to a Mr. Cole, which if you've watched the Belmont video on our YouTube channel, that's been out for a little while. Those of you who have watched it, thank you very much. I believe we've gotten about, I want to say 60 hits on that one so far, and you know, a bunch of likes too, so we really appreciate you all really taking a chance on us and watching our content while it's still in our kind of infancy there. But the owner of that house, we actually visited his gravestone later on and paid our respects. So what we're going to do tonight is actually try a little bit of an EVP experiment over there. You know, as we have some common knowledge now with the deceased and his home and the real life. So, hope you guys are enjoying the ride. Like I said, we're keeping you in the dark. We'll stay on night vision because, you know, technically the gates are locked, so we have to walk in. And, you know, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, no police try to bounce us out. We're not really causing a ruckus over here. We're just kind of filming a video, so we'll see how that goes, folks. Walk among the tombstones. So, it's kind of an interesting thing, I think, to walk through a cemetery at night.
Should I maybe tell that little story?
It's a little creepy. Maybe not. Well, no, because you're saving that one for the podcast, so
Yeah, all right.
probably shouldn't. Trying to give you guys the best experience we can.
This is gonna be a hell of a lot.
All right. Call me crazy, guys. But from here, from my point of view, up the hill, can't really see it for the guys on video yet. See how the moonlight is just kind of cresting over that stone right there in the middle?
All right.
What do you think of that one?
Let's do it.
I don't know. It's got a vibe.
What are you doing? Spirit talker or spirit ball? Yeah,
EMF.
no.
And honestly, we could probably do EVP if you guys want to. I got the voice recorder in my pocket. We could try seeing if we get anything on that.
I'm gonna tag a little bit of light here because
Yeah, just be careful. When we crest over this hill, you'll be able to see us from the road.
I'm mainly just watching out for steps. This is not
Go up them
really
steps there to your left, John.
Those steps?
It's that shiny stone to your right.
Oh, all right.
See the light?
No, why don't you prop that up on the front of the gravestone? On the ledge there if you can. 100%. Okay, you got some movement on that. Okay. And I'm actually gonna Put my EVP recorder, guys, on top of this headstone as well. Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Is there a name on the back, John?
There's probably more detail on that.
Yes. So, 1838, George Reynolds. He died in 1912.
Kill it. Kill it.
Couple light.
Okay.
Here's from the light. You can see this from their homes. Possibly. Potentially.
Okay, folks, so I've actually... You're going to hear some wind buffeting, I'm sure. Okay, so my voice recorder is now officially recording, and I have it set down next to this K2 meter. Okay, so hopefully we can get some EVP.
No.
Anybody have anything specific they'd like to ask the Reynolds?
Mr. Reynolds, did you grow up in Fall River? If you did, please touch that glowing light.
Just going to bring you guys a little bit closer to the action so you can actually see the screen. Apologize, I'm not really using the tripod on the moment, just kind of setting up on the fly. Okay. So
You're getting a little.
are you here, Mr. Reynolds? Are you still in this resting place?
Are you another member of the Reynolds family?
Is there anybody else here other than the Reynolds who'd like to communicate with us? Perhaps. Tell me if you guys see anything on the light up on that, but
What was it like living in the 19th century?
George Reynolds, Katie Reynolds, Carlton Reynolds, Mary Reynolds, Abel Borden, Edith Borden, Helen Borden. Can any of you hear us tonight that are here? Are any of you still in this final resting place?
Lutash. It's worth a shot. Really? It's worth a shot. At this point, it's in every investigation.
Okay, folks, so for those of you who don't have the common knowledge based on the other videos we've done already, Lutash is an Algonquin Indian phrase, more or less a battle cry. And we used that in our first video at Anawan Rock, and since then we've kind of slipped it in. Being that there's a lot of Native American history to this area, in particular with the King Philip's War, so you never quite know if there's the presence of a Native American past or possibly a spirit. So we do use that everywhere we go. Again, we mean no disrespect by that to any of you who might be Native American, maybe Algonquin descent. That's just something we use as a trigger word to try and stir up some spirit activity.
It's worth a shot everywhere we go.
It's kind of like the famous, bye guys that John does at this point. It's just, I won't say it's a catchphrase, but it's definitely almost a trademark.
Definitely gotten something off of that.
Could be. Why don't we back up, guys? And actually, Anthony, can you move that voice recorder just a little bit more to the right? I just want to make sure it's not playing off of that. Okay. We'll see if that comes down. We've still got some activity here. Let's see. I can zoom in a little bit for you guys.
Andrew, do you want to stand here? That way you can kind of get this in frame.
What are you looking at, Anthony?
I'm just looking at the,
Voice recorder?
yeah.
Was there some words or something on it?
No, nothing's wording on it. It's just the, everything seems to be going off on it.
Okay. Well,
As
don't
far
forget.
as, like,
So
sound.
there's wind, slight breeze out here. There's gonna be the crickets, the voice recorder. For those of you who don't know, or maybe you're new to this, works off of subhuman frequencies. So that's frequencies that our regular basic hearing can't hear. So you're not going to pick that up on your regular ears, even if you have perfect hearing.
That's why I was looking, because it looked like it was actually spiking when we weren't making.
And it could be.
And
I mean,
I don't hear anything that would be spiking except for us speaking.
I'm willing to bet they hear the motorcycle in the background on that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, and once again, too, folks, I mean, if I do get an EVP, what I plan to do is actually mute the audio on this video. I'll pop the EVP on the screen so you can see it. But I'm not going to use any trigger words of what we think it might be. We'll tell you what we're hearing, but I'm not going to put the words on the screen because there is a well-known phenomenon that actually causes people to hear what they're reading almost. And I'm not saying that's what everybody does on purpose, but I'm definitely not trying to trick a viewer into believing what I hear on the EVP or what they should hear or what it sounds maybe like. I'm going to tell you what I heard, but I'm not going to put the words on the screen because I want you to decide for yourselves always.
I would like to say, so the EMF, we've been seeing some spikes, but it's not getting into the threshold where we could definitively say that is a positive hit. It's getting to maybe mid-range. Typically with the K2, a positive hit would be past that halfway point.
Which would be more of an orange or red light to us. For the
Correct.
viewers, it would be the lights closest to the right as they're flickering.
Right. So right now, we haven't really gotten anything too substantial. Just a little bit of flickering. Again, that could still be considered a hit, but for us, we want that definitive past the halfway point, or for us, the orange glow.
Okay, guys, so I just have a couple of control phrases I'd like to shout out to the recorder. Don't want you to freak out on me when I say them because they might sound a little weird. Okay? If we were to come back with a Ouija board, would you communicate with us then? Is there another alternative method of communication you'd like to use to talk to us here tonight? I have a couple of hypotheses in my head that just curious about.
Maybe you can explain them later.
Yes.
If you're
I see the... Sorry, go ahead,
Sorry,
John.
I was
No,
just
no,
gonna say-
yep, go ahead.
If you're here, practically just hold on to that light. Let us see that you're here. Just hold on to it. Try to pour as much of your energy into it.
If you're a good spirit, I'd like you to stop touching the light. If you're a bad spirit, continue to grab it. Do you wish us harm? Are you angry we've invaded your space?
If you'd like us to leave, make that thing go crazy. Just hold right onto it.
If you hold it directly, the light will turn red instead of green. Can you make the light turn red? Okay, guys, I think we're going to actually check back on some of this EVP and see if we got anything on this. So I'm going to prop you up on the headstone here where I can see you, and let's see what we got on the recorder. Sure. Okay, so my voice recorder is now officially recording, and I have it set down next to this K2 meter. Okay? So hopefully we can get some EVP. Now, anybody have anything specific they'd like to ask the Reynolds? Mr. Reynolds? Did you grow up in Fall River? If you did, please touch that glowing light. Just gonna bring you guys a little bit closer to the action. Apologize for really using the tripod on the moment, just kind of setting up on the fly. Okay. We're getting a little. Are you here, Mr. Reynolds? Are you still in this resting place? Are you another member of the Reynolds family? Is there anybody else here other than the Reynolds who'd like to communicate with us? Perhaps. I have to analyze this one.
Really
What was
analyze
it
it.
like living in the 19th
I
century?
told you I saw spikes when everything was
George
quiet.
Reynolds, Katie Reynolds, Carlton Reynolds, Mary Reynolds, Abel Borden, Edith Borden, Helen Borden. Any of you hear us tonight that are here? Are any of you still in this final resting place? Lutash.
It's worth a shot. Really? It's worth a shot. At this point, it's in every investigation.
Okay, folks, so for those of you who don't have the common knowledge based on the other videos we've done already, Lutash is an Algonquin Indian phrase, more or less a battle cry. And we used that in our first video at Anawan Rock, and since then we've... Hello?
Shit.
Sure.
You fast forward.
Okay, so my voice recorder is now officially recording, and I have it set down next to this K2 meter.
I think we got something on
Okay.
there. I just don't know what.
So hopefully we can get some EVP.
Yeah, I'm trying to fast forward, but sometimes it's hard because it wants to skip. I think I need to hold it.
Now, anybody?
Shut it off now, or
See if that comes down. Still got some activity here.
no? That's one of our previous investigations.
No.
Sure. Okay, so my voice recorder
This
is now
is it.
officially recording.
We just gotta go to like 9 minutes in. It's 9 minutes long. I'll go about halfway.
Right. So, right now, we haven't really gotten anything too substantial. Just a little bit of flickering. Again,
Motorcycle.
that could still be considered a hit, but for us,
This is when I
we
asked
want
the
that
Ouija
definitive
question. That's what I wanted to
past
hear.
the halfway
Hmm?
point.
Like,
Or
this is
for
when I
us,
asked it the Ouija question. This is what I wanted to hear.
Okay, guys, so I just have a couple of control phrases I'd like to shout out to the recorder. I don't want you to freak out on me when I say them because they might sound a little weird. Okay. If we were to come back with a Ouija board, would you communicate with us then? Is there another alternative method of communication you'd like to use to talk to us here tonight? I have a couple of hypotheses in my head that I'm just curious about.
maybe you can explain them later.
Yes.
see the... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I was... No, sorry, go ahead. If you're here, practically just hold on to that light.
Seems like we might have gotten something.
I think we did. Yeah.
We got something.
That was the reason why I did that. Okay, guys. So we're actually going to move on to our next spot. Let me flip you do. Actually, no, you can actually see me here. Sort of. Maybe. All right. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Look, it's me. Promise, I'm still in the video. But you know, you guys are getting a nice view of these two for a change. So there's that. For our other stars of the video, we're going to be moving on to Mr. Cole's grave, and we're going to be doing an experiment over there using some cat balls, and we'll also be doing some EVP over there as well. We'll see what kind of information we can gather. And then after that, what you've all been waiting for, we're actually going to move on to Lizzie Borden's grave, and we'll bust out that new spirit talker over there. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I'm going to pause you guys right now, actually, so we can hike it over there. But we'll catch you in a minute. Thanks. Hey folks, I missed you so much I figured I'd turn you back on and take you on the walk with us. So we're starting to hear some funny things in here. One of them sounded like a diesel truck. Another one sounded like footsteps walking next to us. And there's nobody that we can see in here but us. So that's a little strange. Alright guys, we had to temporarily evade some unknown persons, we'll say, so we actually hightailed it out of the cemetery. We're heading back in now. We're going over to Lizzie Borden's grave. But it was a little interesting. First we thought they were probably bangers or something like that, or possibly a drug dealer. It was a little sketch, because they were kind of coming in here and riding around on a mini bike. And then we heard one of them say, like, there's some dudes crouching. So yeah, we were a little sketched out about that. Thought for sure that we're gonna get maimed in some way. Anyway, so here we are. As you can see, there's some little white arrows on the ground. They did this, I forget how many years ago. It wasn't like this when I was a small boy, but they added these arrows to help people find Lizzie Borden's grave because it's so popular and has so many visitors. So it's almost an attraction, if you will, for the area. Definitely a piece of local history. You guys see Ryan's strobe light? No.
No problem.
All right. There, guys. So like I said, following the white arrows, almost like following breadcrumbs. Back to Hansel and Gretel's fucking cabin. So we're gonna go find us a grave. That belonging to Lizzie. Which actually, guys, I think for this next one too, I'm gonna set the camera up on the tripod so it can just catch us all. Spooky strobe lights coming from the back of the hospital. Ooh. Doo 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 doo. So guys, you tell me, out of everything, what's the creepiest part about being in a cemetery after dark? Seen too many zombie movies, just the ambience, seeing stuff that nobody else is seeing and it's tweaking you out.
I'm gonna say the people who showed up, that was the creepiest.
Yeah. A lot of people don't believe me about that, but it's not the dead people I fear, to be honest. It's the living.
I can concur with that one.
Follow the yellow brick road. And I'm sure, guys, that like there's a whole bunch of channels up on YouTube that you can watch this kind of stuff on. Again, I just want to thank you for choosing us and watching our channel. So we're definitely pushing ourselves out of our comfort level each time we go out, trying to check out these places, especially late at night, because you know.
As crazy as it is, though, being in a cemetery at night does not bother me. If that makes any sense, I don't know why it would, but
Hey guys, we're just gonna cut to the right. It's actually faster than following the path all the way around. So, they got the white arrows, but you see this iron fence here, guys, that I'm showing on my left. This was actually always my indicator as a kid when I wanted to find Lizzie Borden's grave. So we'd use that as the indicator, and we'd know right over by the iron fence, that's where you'd find her. So, there we go. Walk up through here.
walk up.
Walking up through here. So there's going to be a main pillar that's going to be A.J. Borden's marker for his family. That's not the actual gravestone, but
Straight ahead, right?
yep, that's it right there. Then you'll see all the little stones, which are him, Emma, Lizzie, the mom, and I always forget the other one. Help me out here.
Sister, I believe.
Her sister was Emma. So here we are, guys.
Should I light it up, or you can see it on that?
No, you can see it.
I believe.
Elizabeth, right here, that's Lizzie. This is her sister, Emma, right here. And then coming over here,
That's a little tradition.
Yeah.
you have Alice. That's the one I always forget. Okay. Sarah, AJ, and actually I'm not quite sure who that one is too. Yes, it's on the main stone. I'm not a legitimate historian, guys, but I try to be as best as I can.
Alice, Esther, Elizabeth, Andrew, Emma. I'm honestly not sure. Maybe the other side?
Would it be insensitive to say the rhyme in front of the grave?
I mean, I've done it before when I was younger. I haven't as an adult. That doesn't mean it's disrespectful, but
I just don't want to be disrespectful on someone's grave, you know?
if you feel compelled, John, I will film you saying it.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Okay, folks, I'm going to kill the recording just for a hair so I can mount you on the tripod, and then we'll continue with the rest of the experiment. Recording? Alright guys, I hope you can still hear me now. So we're going to be doing Spirit Talker session.
That's right. He was a big fan of music. Yes.
Is there anybody here? Did you hear get out?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Can you turn that light off?
What? Did you say get out?
There's a radio tower not too far away.
Yeah, but this is scanning through every single station at 200 milliseconds per. See? It'd be impossible to beat a radio station. I mean, little bursts coming through are.
Yeah, but I think.
But if you hear like a sentence or a straight phrase,
I just had a guy who said get out.
why should we get out?
Is anyone here with us?
Is there anybody here? You can talk to us through this device. Why won't you talk to us? Lizzie? Do you still inhabit this area? Is there someone here other than Lizzie?
Almost sounds like we're getting way too much interference from somewhere.
No, that's how it's supposed to sound. Just we're not getting any phrases.
Is it going too fast?
Mosquito?
No. More pressure. John, why don't we, you got your cat balls with you? Lace them out. It's a little breezy, but we can give it a shot.
How many we thinking? 3? 4?
It's fucking 1 for now. Alright guys, so we're going to lay down some cat balls. I'm going to get back to the spirit box too in a little bit. I'm just kind of giving it a quick rest. I'm also going to do a quick EVP session over here as well. And actually, we're going to stand back from this just so we make sure none of our ground vibrations are what's setting this off, if anything. So once that mellows out, the idea is if anything were to touch it, a spirit, anything like that, obviously, like I said, if there's a strong enough breeze, it could potentially do it too. So we'll have to be aware of that. Right now, the breeze is blowing towards Anthony and John. So if the ball were to blow that way, we have a pretty good idea that it's probably the breeze doing it. Now, if it goes the other way, then we could be assured that it's most likely not the breeze because it can't blow against the wind. So it's a pretty light object. Okay. So I'm going to turn on the EVP recorder here, and we will ask some questions. Okay. Fuck, that's bright. So your eyes get adjusted to the dark, man. It's like, whew. Okay. To anybody who may be here with us, I am holding this voice recorder in my hands. It has a red light, as you can see, this device with the red light. If you talk into this, we can hear you. If you'd like to communicate with us, just go up to the device with the red light in my hand and speak into it, and we can hear you. It's pretty strong, so we can actually hear you further back than necessarily right up close, but the device with the red light, which I'm talking about, that you can see, if you speak into this, we can hear you. There's also another device on the ground. I'll shine my flashlight on right there. That's a little toy. If you were to touch that, it'll light up. It'll move. If you want to play with that as well. Potentially, maybe you're the spirit of a child and not the spirit of Lizzie or Emma or one of her family members. If you'd like to touch the toy, you can do that, and it'll light up. It's kind of fun. So, on that, is there anybody here that'd like to say anything to us? We mean you no disrespect or harm. We only want to hear your story, help you if we can, if there's anything you need help with.
Sorry, that was me yawning, just for the camera.
We just want to talk a little bit about your past, maybe about your present. If you'd like to share that with us, what's that like? Maybe you could give us your name.
If there's anyone over here, please talk to us. We just want to be friends. We don't want to encroach on your space unless you are cool with us being here. We are just here to be your friends, give you a chance to speak and tell your story to us. At the end of the day, all we want to do is respect your memory.
We mean no disrespect.
Yeah, if you want to just hold that. I don't know that it'll make much, sorry. I don't know that it'll make much of a difference. I just think whoever's asking the question should hold the device.
We don't mean any disrespect. I just want to talk.
Okay, folks, we're also going to add a K2 meter on the ground here in addition, which we're actually going to prop up against, you want to prop that up against Lizzie's grave, John. I just think that's a good idea to make some contact. And he dropped it on the ground, just for those of you watching at home. No. He's going to go stone himself. Do you enjoy the silence and the solitude of this cemetery? Were you present with us when we were over at the Reynolds gravesite?
Have you been watching us this whole time?
Are you unique to this grave plot? Is this the only area you stay? Or are we talking to another spirit who possibly roams the entire cemetery? Did you have a good life? Were you loved? Was there anybody that you loved? If you could say anything to that person now, what would you say?
Did you know anyone who looked like us?
Do you get annoyed at all the visitors specifically to this spot?
If you want us to leave, make one of our devices go off.
We have 3 of them out for you right now. We have this red lit device in my hand. The green light against the gravestone, and the little ball right there in the middle. If you touch any one of those, we'll leave you alone. Do you want me to use the spirit box? All right.
You want to try doing Cole?
Yeah, I'll hang out here for a little bit.
Do you not like when people say the Lizzie Borden rhyme?
There it goes.
If I were to say, Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41. Does that offend you? Does that bother you in some way? Do you find it disrespectful? Does it bother you that the children of the area say this rhyme? Do you feel you're innocent?
Were you the one who commit the heinous crime done so long ago?
Was there something deeper?
Ava.
Who's Ava? Is that your name? Or are you talking about the name of someone with you? Someone you lost? Do you like John's beard?
Do you like the families in the area?
Are you Portuguese? Or are you possibly French Canadian?
Have you ever had a good chicken?
Silence.
Rude.
Does it anger you when I talk about nationalities or traditions? Ethnicities? Does it bother you when I say French Canadian or that I said Portuguese? I'm going to keep doing this for like maybe another couple minutes, then I'm going to pull out the spirit box again and give that another hit. Okay? Is there anything else you guys can think you'd like to ask? Again, there's not necessarily Lizzie. Could be anybody.
Andrew, are you here with us today?
Andrew Borden, are you here?
Dorothy.
Who's Dorothy?
Is that the name you meant to choose? Emma? Alice? Are you here with us? Are any of you here? Any of the Borden family?
was it like being local celebrities? Kind of.
How does it make you feel that your childhood home was turned into a tourist attraction? And now complete strangers sleep in your rooms and walk the halls of your house.
Harriet.
What was the word?
Harriet.
Want to try spirit box?
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to switch it over to the Spirit Box device and see what that gives us. Getting stiff, boys.
Welcome to the old man club.
Oh, shit.
Right there.
What are you talking about,
You'll get there soon
you
enough.
fucking teenager?
You'll get there soon enough.
Wild. Wild.
Alright, guys, this time I'm going to try sweeping in reverse.
If you're here with us, please talk through there. Through the speaker. And he's right there.
Speak through this device. This device lit up red. You can talk to us through this.
Yeah, that's just spit out. That's no way. And why do you spit out? Andrew Borden, are you here with us tonight?
No.
Who is? You want us to leave? Over where? You want us to stay here with you?
Is there something you need us to know?
Who killed Andrew Borden?
Lizzie, is it true you are a murderer?
No.
Said no. Was it your uncle?
Was it your sister?
We want to stay away from sequels for now, at least until it's time to do.
So guys, we're actually packing up right now. Pretty much going to wrap up this investigation over here at Oak Grove. We're going to hike it out. But, you know, obviously we're going to review the footage. We're going to pop anything in here in the video that we find extra. I'll make sure I put that up on the screen for you guys. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. I'm going to keep you on until we hike it out of here, though, just in case we catch something cool. Because last time I didn't have the camera on and we saw some wolves, so maybe we'll see a rabid raccoon this time around, or a possum, or something crazy, huh? Well, rabies is fun because you get multiple needles in the stomach. It's a good time.
Actually, I heard it's a different way they do it nowadays.
Yeah, I think they just take you out. Yeah, it's one shot. Yeah, they take you out behind the barn. One shot, it's over. And rabies problem solved. So yeah. So, I can't say it was uneventful tonight. A little bit. So, we've been hiding, little espionage, trying to hide.
Which is really cool because I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, there you go. Let me get on the camera a little bit. But so John's been playing a little bit of Assassin's Creed. So that's, you know, he gets to practice his stealth skills. So we were definitely sitting there, crouched in the weeds, trying to make sure we weren't found by drug dealers or gangbangers or grave robbers or anything else weird we get in the city of Fall River. Love it. It's home. So that's awesome. What do you think about tonight overall, Anthony?
Quiet, a little static in the air, but nothing too crazy.
All right, here's one I didn't really ask too, but while I got y'all here, we're still recording. Did anybody see anything on their own that you didn't tell the group?
At one point in time, I think we heard footsteps.
Okay.
I did think I saw almost like the stones were moving. Shadows again.
Okay.
Then again, I've been deemed somewhat crazy by saying that.
Yeah, you know, he could have been doing the Sudafed challenge trying to see the Hat Man. Oh, no, sorry, there's Benadryl. My bad. Don't do that at home, kids.
Please don't.
That's not something you want to do. If you're honestly curious about it, there's a YouTube documentary you can watch about all the negative effects if you were to attempt that challenge. I recommend you watch that before you ever attempted anything else.
It's just
Oh, 100%.
not smart.
I wouldn't do it. It's not worth my life. Because even if you don't die, you're going to be so gorked out of your mind when you see the Hat Man, you might just give yourself a heart attack. So, there's that. Alright.
I forget. It's this way.
It's right here. That's the gate.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Told you. I know the cemetery like the back of my hands. I don't know if you guys can actually catch this on the camera or not, but there's the main gate. Does it show up at all?
No.
How about this?
Okay.
I just blinded John and everybody at home. My apologies. So we're just going to leave him, folks, and take his equipment. Ay. It's been an interesting night, you know, and even though this isn't one of like those most haunted locations, this has always been on my bucket list just because it's been right in the backyard. As many times as I've been in here and played in here as a kid, you know, I've been here after dark a couple of times, but I've never really attempted anything like this. Even with my own experiments on my own. I've actually been to all the cemeteries, but I've never actually done anything here at Oak Grove, which is surprising, because like I said, it's like right in the backyard. But
No.
yeah, he's actually, this is new background for his Speedo pics. on Discord. It's going to be in the background with the gravestones, leopard print bikini. Look for our calendar.
Finally.
It's coming out. I'm going to be the one that's posing as like a firefighter. I'll have the fire pants with the axe next to the hydrant. John, what's your poster going to look like?
Good question.
You got one of the summer months. I think they're going to give you June.
Ooh, okay. So for June, honestly, if you bump me up to July, I have a really good Uncle Sam outfit. I feel like if I just take the undershirt out, it'd be perfect.
Okay, I feel like you could do that if you allow us to dye your beard white.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
We're not talking about like cheap weekend dye. We're talking about
Hold on.
it's probably going to be there for a while.
I mean, honestly, I might have to re-dye it when it starts going up.
Yep.
Finally, these guys get me.
Nope. So, actually, pause it for a second. All right, guys. So again, from Oak Grove Cemetery, this is Andrew,
This is Anthony.
This is John. Bye, guys.
and this has been another episode of Wicked New England. Catch you on the next one.